Hello and welcome to V News. Coming up next, we have your top stories. Supreme People's Court of Vietnam and its Russian counterpart seek ways to step up cooperation. Vietnam attends ASEAN Special Ministerial Meeting on Radicalism and Extremism in Malaysia. Nearly 100 foreign and domestic businesses join Vietnam Farm Expo. Vietnam wishes to receive support from other countries, including Russia, for its judicial reform. Chief Judge of the Supreme People's Court of Vietnam, Trương Hòa Bình, made the statement during talks with his Russian counterpart, Mikhailovich Lebedev, in Vladivostok on October 1st.
The two sides informed each other of activities as well as changes and development of the court sectors in their respective country. Bình told the host that the Vietnamese Supreme People's Court is studying and designing a number of projects to continue judicial reform tasks, including the development of precedents and expansion of IT application. He invited Lebedev to visit Vietnam to discuss and share experience relating to judicial reform and training and judicial administrative management. Meanwhile, Lebedev suggested implementing specific measures to cooperation to make the two courts' relations more effective. On this occasion, Bình presented an insignia for the cause of the court to Lebedev in recognition of his great contributions to the Vietnamese court's development.
The ASEAN Special Ministerial Meeting on Radicalism and Extremism took place in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia on October 2nd. High-ranking officers from the Vietnamese Ministry of Public Security attended the event.
The conference served as a forum for ASEAN nations to share experience, views and ideas on the preparedness for as well as the resolve in the fight against the radicalism and extremism in Southeast Asia. Delegates stressed that radicalism has emerged as a transnational phenomenon, posing a big threat to nations across the world. They focused discussions on challenges in settling the growing radicalism and extremism, as well as ways to step up regional cooperation in preventing radicalism and extremism. At the conference, the Vietnamese representative suggested strengthening the cooperation among law enforcement agencies of the ASEAN countries to monitor and block the flows of funding for terrorists. The regional nations also need to coordinate closely in immigration management and improve bilateral and multilateral cooperation mechanisms in this field.
The Indian Navy ship INS Sahyadri, with 300 officers and crew members on board, docked the Tiên Sa port in Danang on October 2nd, beginning its 5-day visit to the central city. During their stay, Indian naval officers and crew members are scheduled to pay courtesy visit to leaders of the Municipal People's Committee, the High Command of Military Zone 5 and the High Command of Naval Region 3, as well as visiting relic and beautiful sites in Da Nang City and neighboring Quảng Nam and Thừa Thiên Huế provinces. A search and rescue drill between the Indian naval ship and the High Command of Naval Region 3 is expected to be organized on this occasion. India and Vietnam have seen time-honored cultural and economic connections from the 2nd century, which have been bolstered by maritime trade. The ship visit aims to consolidate bilateral ties and tighten connectivity between the two navies. It visited the northern port city of Hải Phòng in August 2014. The Euro Press Image recently ran an article on Vietnam's preparations for the 12th National Congress of the Communist Party of Vietnam with a positive socio-economic record. Let's take a look. According to the article, Vietnam has undergone an almost complete makeover thanks to its fast economic growth, combined with continuous industrialization and modernization process. Vietnam's socialist-oriented market economy has been accelerated, helping to improve the living conditions of its citizens and placing the country in the middle-income group. However, the article also analyzed weaknesses of the Vietnamese economy in the short and medium terms, especially administrative reforms and lack of capital for infrastructure projects. It said the country also needs to improve the efficiency of socio-economic management, environmental protection, and income gap. The article highly appreciated Vietnam's political stability, which it said is an important and indispensable factor for development. It quoted the Financial Times as saying that, thanks to the stable political environment, Vietnam has been one of the leading destinations for foreign investors. The article came to the conclusion that Vietnam's đổi mới or renewal policy since the late 1980s has been improved through the years and will be the main guidelines at the upcoming National Party Congress. Nearly 100 businesses are participating in the Vietnam Farm Expo, displaying their farm produce of VietGap and Global Gap standards, as well as organic products at more than 200 pavilions. This year's fair also attracted equipment providers in the agricultural industry from Japan, India, and China. The 5-day event aims to help businesses and farmers gain access to the best services and products for agricultural production, and promote science and technology applications, improve the quality and productivity, and enhance connectivity between local exporters and foreign partners. The event offered a good opportunity for businesses and producers to share experience and approaches the latest technologies, helping improve a competitive edge of Vietnam's farm produce in the context of comprehensive international integration. An international technology and equipment market known as Mart 2015 is taking place at the Hanoi International Exhibition Center. More in the following. The 4-day exhibition aims to promote the development of the technology market, create links and facilitate cooperation between scientific research organizations and businesses, and improve the use of technology and competitiveness of the national economy. The event attracts some 600 organizations and businesses from Vietnam, the US, Russia, ASEAN, and the European nations. The exhibition will also feature many seminars focusing on 4 topics: clean and renewable energy, EU-ASEAN creativity innovation, new materials, and science and technology for new rural development. At TechMart, innovations uncovered through scientific research, especially in the field of technology, and new equipment that will have a tremendous impact on the economy will be introduced and transferred to the relevant industries. In the first 3 quarters of this year, the southern province of Đồng Nai posted an 8.39% year-on-year rise in its industrial production index. Let's take a look.
Đồng Nai is home to around 20,000 enterprises, and it has become one of the leading localities in the country in terms of per capita GDP. From a trade deficit locality, Đồng Nai now is among top 5 cities and provinces in attracting foreign invested projects, including many worth over $100 million. The largest year-on-year product index rise was recorded in footwear with 15.5%, following by washing powder and PVC plastics with respective rises. The Provincial Department of Industry and Trade said the sector will focus on fully tapping production capacity and market demand to promote industrial production. Trade promotion will be intensified to support local enterprises in seeking and expanding domestic and foreign markets. The department will also work to assist local businesses in quickening inventory sale and accessing banking loans, thus stabilizing their production and business.
The Ministry of Industry and Trade has announced that Vietnamese goods account for 75% of market share and are favored in the rural areas. More in the following report.
Statistics from the ministry were released at a conference held in Hanoi on October 1st regarding connecting supply and demand between industrial units in rural areas and distribution system in the northern region. The conference heard that the market share was expected to increase in the upcoming years, as consumers in the rural areas have shown increasing interest in domestically produced goods. However, participants pointed to problems local businesses are facing when bringing industrial products made in rural areas to traditional markets or supermarkets.
We find it difficult to bring products to supermarkets as they've developed a strong pool of suppliers. We organize various meetings with distributors to present our products. In addition to poor promotion activities, the distance between Sơn La and major big cities makes it difficult for local businesses to distribute industrial products of rural areas.
Meanwhile, distributors said it was hard for them to find suppliers in local markets.
We meet difficulties in finding information on products. Information on prestigious producers is also limited. Almost all Vietnamese products meet Aeon's requirements, but they must win consumers' hearts.
The Ministry of Industry and Trade, in cooperation with localities, has been organizing trade promotion among businesses, especially those in the retail and distribution sectors. More than 40 cooperation agreements were signed for supply of goods in Danang City, while another 40 agreements in Ho Chi Minh City and several others were signed in the northern region.
Artisans from dozens of traditional craft villages will participate in an annual festival that celebrates cultural values of villages, the Municipal Cultural and Sports Department said. The festival will also enhance cooperation in tourism between travel companies in Hanoi and other localities. Artisans from craft villages in 14 cities and provinces will showcase their skills in making ceramic and bamboo products, weaving, embroidery, and traditional paintings, besides wood carving, bronze sculpture, and paper making at the festival. Various programs such as processions that praise craft villages' ancestors, folk games, and the showcasing of culinary art of localities will be organized. The festival will be held at Quần Ngựa Stadium in Hanoi's Ba Đình district from October 7th to 11th. The Trần Temple Festival is taking place in the northern city of Nam Định, attracting thousands of visitors and pilgrims.
The annual event, held in the 8th month of lunar calendar, aims to commemorate the death anniversary of Trần Hưng Đạo or Trần Quốc Tuấn. Under the Trần dynasty, which reigned between 1225 to 1400, the Supreme Commander led the army to victories over 3 major Mongolian invasions, making him one of the most accomplished military strategists in world history. He passed away on August 20th, lunar calendar, in 1300, at the age of 70. This year's event, marking the 715th death anniversary of the hero, features a string of activities, including incense offering, dragon dance, wrestling, water puppetry performance, and folk games.
The northern province of Sơn La has kicked off an exhibition highlighting its significant achievements during the past 120 years of construction and development. More in the following. As many as 350 documents and photos provide visitors an insight in important achievements Sơn La province has made in various realms, including politics, economy, society, culture, and defense security. Also on display are a number of photos featuring Sơn La prison that was built by the French colonialists in 1908. Between 1930 and 1945, the French regime detained thousands of Vietnamese patriots here, who then turned the prison into a revolutionary school to sharpen the will of freedom of fighters to liberate the nation. Visitors to the exhibition have a chance to better understand the great sacrifice of many Vietnamese heroes and martyrs who laid down their lives for national independence. The event is designed to inspire local people, especially the youth, with pride in the tradition of patriotism and enhance their trust in the sound leadership of the Communist Party of Vietnam. And that has wrapped up our news bulletin. Thank you for your attention. For more information, you can log on to our website at www.vietnamplus.vn. We'll see you soon.